2 seconds. Okay, I have something in my brother.
I always feel bad. Had an agent schedule a second showing on my listing for tonight. They should have a weekend when we hit that activity.
Something in my brother.
Then since I've been offer this morning.
Got anything coming up? Anybody got anything?
Because they're looking at the agent schedule a second showing on my listing for tonight. I don't know
They
what
should
the list.
have-
They can know that's what all the traffic. Because they don't are always good about sharing it with this office. We all can see it, so.
Sure.
I will see.
Got anything coming up?
So, welcome.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited to teach this because it's my first time teaching the SEO GEO playbook. Just wanted to show you all. Okay. The playbooks are part of a series of playbooks that KWR has created for us. So we have open house playbooks, we have AI playbooks, we have social media playbooks, we have lead generation playbooks. There's a playbook for everything. These are more in-depth, and then quite often whenever we have a speaker on KWRI, the growth call, family reunion, they create one-pagers. So like top agents create the one-pager. Hi, hello. Okay, so what we're doing today, we're going to teach the AI playbook SEO GEO. This is the second part, and it's not necessarily a prerequisite to have come to the first one, but this is the first one. This talks about the tools, the AI tools. Are you using Gemini? Are you using ChatGPT? The LLMs are the different models, right? And throughout here, as you read through this, are different prompts that you can copy and paste and put into your AI. We're not going to go over this today, but I wanted to show you where you can access the resources for that playbook. So in Connect, you go into Connect and you type in AI playbook. We're going to try to get in Zoom and do this. I'm just blowing up my phone, so I'm going to copy this.
She replies back, we didn't put in an offer without the second showing. Then you should have. People crack me up.
I apologize.
No,
I've
that's
got
right.
people trying to get in. This is not really a difficult class to teach on.
Because you're going to have to share screen.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. I've sent them to the YouTube channel. Okay, so in Command, if you go into Connect, you are going to have access to the first playbook. So just type in AI playbook, and you're going to see that you're going to have resources for the LLM models, which is the first one. You're also going to see the facilitator guide and the different presentations. So the second one, the one that I'm teaching right now, is actually does not have any slides, and it doesn't have a facilitator guide. So we're going to have fun, right? We're going to have fun. All right, so you all have a copy. If you are online and you want to follow along, you're going to have to go into Command and go into Connect to find the playbook. So James, do you hear me? James, do you hear me? Yes, okay. You need to be in command to find the playbook. So if you go in command under connect, we're doing the SEO playbook. So I will drop this link in the chat as well if you can't access it, but you will have to log in the command to grab it.
So we can now open that up.
Well, no, I just want to show you
Oh,
where the
you showed
resources
us.
are. I have it
Since
printed
it's
out.
printed out, the same thing. Okay.
Um, all right, so that's a link to it. James, were you able to find it?
Yes,
Okay.
I've got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I am going to pull this up. So as I was mentioning to everyone who's in the room, we don't have slides for this, so we're just going to go through the playbook itself. So if you want to make sure that you're following along, Adrian, if you go to the link in the chat, it should give you access to the specific playbook that we're looking at. Repost it for you. Okay. All right. Who knows what the difference is between SEO and GEO? No clue?
However. It's in
However.
here somewhere.
All right, so let's open up the playbook. If you're on page 3 of the playbook. All right, we're going over what SEO versus GEO is. All right, so no one knows what the difference between SEO is, GEO?
Assuming the search engine is, in fact, when somebody types in your name, you want to maximize the opportunity for them to see your name first.
Right. So SEO is a search engine optimization. It's a process of optimizing your website to rank higher in a list of organic unpaid search results on traditional search engines like Google. So that's your SEO. The reality is most consumers, our clients, use AI for what?
Google.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for
As a
it's
search engine.
right?
So instead of going to google.com, they're talking to ChatGPT or Gemini, and they're using it as a search engine to find real estate agents. So your GEO, so that's your SEO, where you're going to rank higher in the organic, unpaid search results, like search engines like Google. Your GEO is your generative engine optimization. This involves teaching your AI who you are, what you do, and why you are trustworthy so your content appears in AI-generated answers, summaries, and recommendations. All right? So think of the list versus the name. So SEO is like being one of the names in a phone book or a directory. You are there, and if someone scrolls long enough, they will find you. GEO is like being the person the librarian specifically points to and says, you should talk to this expert because they know the most about your neighborhood. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So this playbook is going to teach us how we can, I don't want to say the word manipulate, but how we can teach AI to help us show up in these different aspects.
So we're using Gemini.
You can use Gemini.
Right, but if we say we teach Gemini how to optimize a search for me,
Mm-hmm.
does that cross over to the other?
Well, I'm going to show you because we're going to speak robot language today.
Okay.
All right. We are going to talk like a robot, and that's how AI is going to pick up those certain things.
Got it.
So, people coming in.
That's cool.
All right, so let's look, we're gonna flip over to the next page. We're on page 3 or 4, the AI playbook. So we're gonna talk about understanding SEO, GEO, and how they're different. We're gonna become searchable. We're gonna develop the 3 trust signals, technical, on page, off page. We're gonna measure effectiveness, and we're gonna stay informed. So now we talk, we're gonna get through most of it. We'll do it, I promise. Okay, and so we just talked about SEO, which is optimizing your website to rank higher in a list of organic unpaid search results. And then GEO is teaching our AI who we are, what you do, and why you're trustworthy. So SEO is gonna get you listed, GEO gets you named, quoted, recommended, and sourced. The way robots learn and read and the way humans learn and read are in the process of changing forever with the emergence of AI technology. So, I want to get some feedback from you all. How are you optimizing or utilizing AI today?
I used it to scan in all of my notes from family reunion and give me a synopsis of it and things I could implement in my
So using it
business.
as a note taker and scanning in your
I
notes
actually read
and,
my whole handwritten notes and interpret them.
yeah, okay, interpreting those from family
I
reunion.
used it recently to help me. I'm presenting and I'm teaching at my high school on Friday, and it's helped me get the start of my presentation and my outline of what I want to do,
Okay,
including the PowerPoint.
great. So creating PowerPoint, creating your notes for your presentation, got it,
I've only tried it basically as a search engine.
as a search engine?
Yeah. I don't understand enough about it yet to
Okay,
try. I'm understanding now, like I said, when we talked about it the other day, was maximize. The more information you put in there, the more it'll give you.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. So today's class is going to be more of the back end and how we can use it so that our clients can find us, because that is how clients are finding real estate agents, is your AI. Okay. Okay. So if you go now to page 6, and be a little bit on, are you strategy GEO, are you SEO strategy or GEO strategy? So AI can look at your SEO. Okay, so you have your robots look for the same tried and true SEO trust signals. It's GEO that's beginning to add strategy layers on top of the SEO practices. So GEO is just going more in depth, right? And so the search engines can read text, images, PDFs, and video better. However, the SEO model still needs the actual content. So customer reviews are going to land at a higher level in the SEO front. Your social media is going to not necessarily help SEO, but it's going to help with reviews, and it's going to help with content and knowing that you're an actual real person. That's going to help with your GEO traffic. And then video, even though video is not going to, the content of the video isn't going to help as much, but we're going to drive into labeling the video properly so that we're also shooting videos and sending it to YouTube, and then YouTube then shares it out, and then that way it's just kind of all the spider web. This is very much the spider web stuff. Okay, so the big idea is, again, SEO gets you listed, GEO gets you named, quoted, and recommended. Both teach robots to understand your content so that they can confidently share it with humans. GEO adds layers traditional SEO doesn't fully capture yet, like reviews, social activity, and even geotagged videos, giving AI more ways to trust the service of your business. So we're going to dig into all this. This, again, is just like the introduction. So we're going to go to page 7. I need to shrink the size of this so that people online can see.
If you move the, where it says, Talking Seven Hills,
Yes.
move that down a little bit. You see where it's got the 3 dots up on the side, up over there? Not on the black part. That should be able to put you in a presentation mode.
Okay, thank you.
I was gonna tell you that before, but I wasn't sure that you wanted it in presentation.
Yeah, again, the
But it gives you that full screen.
the PDF version, not having the slides, thank you.
Yeah,
That's very
You're
helpful.
welcome. I've had to do it before
Everyone
when I
online-
downloaded a PDF instead of had a slideshow.
Everyone online is applauding you right now. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so we are on page 7. Pros and cons of talking on an SEO strategy. So pros, future proofing. Sets you up to discover both by humans and AI, not just Google. Puts you ahead of AI adoption grows. Lead generation potential. You've got brand consistency, NAP management. So NAP stands for name, address, phone, I believe. NAP management, structured content, on-page formatting, build a consistent and recognizable digital presence across platforms. It's actionable and tactical, flexible, and metrics driven. The cons of this. So this is very important. When you're this playbook is going to be very overwhelming. This is not something that, okay, I'm going to work on it this weekend and fix all of my integrations. This is a work in progress. This is just setting a baseline and building on it and then updating it and constantly being relevant in the market, active. That's huge with AI is they're going to find activity. So if you just build a bunch of stuff and then you don't touch it for a year, AI is going to pick up on that. So this is going to take time and effort, implementing all the steps, building topical authority, creating blogs and videos, social posts. You have to be comfortable with technology. It's going to have a delayed return on investment. This is not, again, something you're just going to do and then magically next weekend you're going to start showing up at the top of all these search engines. It's maintenance. You're going to have to do annual audits. I would say quarterly audits. You have to make sure if you update anything on your personal profile that you're updating it on all platforms. And then there's a risk of overcomplication. Get lost in the details. You try to make it too difficult. Okay, so pros, obviously it's very much long-term. This is a long-term thing. It's going to take time and effort, and you have to be purposeful. Okay. Okay, so now we're on to number 2, becoming searchable. Way back in 1998, when Google created the page rank algorithm, keywords and keyword stuffing were priority number 1 for marketers and online sales junkies. Google's algorithm has gotten smarter, and AI is smarter still. But the idea of building your online presence around certain keywords and then establishing topical authority on top of these keywords is still the place to start when it comes to becoming searchable and getting found online. Remember, this is mostly for the robots, but also for the humans. So we'd already talked about this. We're going to be robots. You have to speak robot. Your clients want to know that you walk, talk, and look the same to most people, that they're getting the genuine version of you at the grocery store, at your office, or at the soccer field on Saturdays. So that's the people part of it. AI wants the same thing from your online presence. All right. Keywords are words and phrases that your website profiles, social media hashtags, and blog categories have in common. So for example, if you have a slogan for your business, home buying you can smile about, you want this phrase to be in the bio of every profile you own, somewhere in each blog page, and maybe its own hashtag and social posts and about happy home buyers. When you create keyword lists and use it as a guide for your content online, you ensure your websites speak the same language. Search engine robots and AI robots alike will use these keywords to connect the dots across the internet to build the story of who you are. what you do and your trustworthiness. So Jason Abrams, I don't know who follows Jason Abrams on Instagram. He had a truth talk about this the other day. The reality is that we have to be consistent with our message on all platforms. Everything that we do on our website. If we have a slogan, that slogan better be on our website. It better be on our Facebook. It better be in our buyer presentation. It better be on our business card. It better be in our email signature. It's not just, I'm going to create this for this platform and this audience. Because what happens is when you have inconsistencies, even down to keywords, inconsistencies are going to be red flags for AI. If you have, that you're going to be home buying that you can smile about on your Facebook page, and then you have a completely different slogan in your Instagram, AI is going to pick up on those inconsistencies and they're going to punish you for it. AI is looking for the fact that, one, we want to make sure you're real. We want to make sure that you're active. So not only are you real, but you're active. Your page updates. And then it's going to look, it's going to test the trustworthiness. And in that, you have to be consistent. Your name, your brokerage has to be the update on all the platforms. Your phone number, your email address, your website, all those have to be the same. So if on one website you have your Gmail account, and then another website you have listed your KW email, that's an inconsistency. Those are red flags. So does this make sense?
Yes.
Talk to me on this. What are you guys thinking on?
Well, I've heard people say, like, I only use two, Instagram and Facebook. I'm on Twitter, but I don't use it for the real estate. I don't do anything with it really, just other than looking. But I've got it set up the way we had it set up in the past. I have a personal page and then I have a business page, and I have on Instagram I have the same thing. So I don't know, do I merge them onto the personal, or
it's important to have
'Cause they do
multiple
cross
different
over.
platforms,
Right.
and they can cross over. We just have to make sure that the description, the content in the description is the same. Like you have to use those keywords and they have to be the same. I'm an example of someone who does it wrong. So I have a LinkedIn page that I haven't been on in forever. And when I jumped on there, it had that I was a market center administrator, but I'm a realtor. I've got my license. I don't sell, but if I was out there selling and I'm building up, spending all this time on my Facebook page, making it all pretty, and my business page, and inviting people and creating content, though I have this LinkedIn page floating around there that I haven't updated in 3 years, that doesn't even say that I'm a realtor, AI picks up that inconsistency right there, and that is going to drop me down. So I put in all this effort on my Facebook to promote who I am, but then I don't go back and check my LinkedIn page that's completely outdated. That's what AI is picking up, is those inconsistencies.
So they found that, so basically what you're saying is the AI knows you're out there on LinkedIn, knows you're out there on Instagram, knows you're out there on Facebook and whatever other platforms there are. But if they're not similar or consistent, like you said, it's going to red flag it and not maximize your view in the AI world.
Right.
Okay.
Because consumers are going to use AI to verify you. And AI is going to spit out a response like, well, this person, they have a strong Facebook presence, though it doesn't look like they're they're going to pick up those issues. And so you want to make sure that you are, any of those platforms that you're on, that you are making sure they're updated. I mean, Gary Vee said it at Family Reunion. You need to be on 7, 8 different platforms. You need, LinkedIn, Substack. You kept bringing up Substack. Who signed up for Substack?
I
I'm not touching a new one until I get my current one.
Yeah.
I gotta sign up
I
for
learned
Presto.
better about that.
Yeah, so I joined Substack. That's interesting. I haven't.
That's the written one, is what he said.
Yeah, it's just it's written, but there's still pictures in there. Like it's almost like Instagram in
It's like
reverse,
threads.
where Instagram was only photos, and now it's bringing up quotes and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's new.
Well, one way when you've got professional and personal on both platforms is to tag one or the other depending on which one you're posting on. If I post on my business page, I'll tag my personal page. My personal page about business, I will tag my business page.
They actually will go over that. So there's some.
Yeah, that's
It
where
gets
that's
towards
the
the end.
technical
Then I
aspect
get
of
comments on both of them, and it's
Mhm.
kind of
Yes.
funny. Some of my friends and followers will comment on the business, some will comment on the profession or on my personal, which is a professional page now. It goes back and forth.
It's the technical aspect of it, of knowing is try to make it as easy as possible. Is if I sign up for a TikTok page,
Come on, I wanna see the dance.
no, you're not gonna see that. But if, you know, you do that is, like Gary said, he posts 380 some a day
Mhm.
Across all 7 platforms. How do we simplify that to send one message across all 7 platforms? How do they get linked? And that's gonna be, it's probably not this class.
Right.
It's another class.
That's
That's
a
my
good
issue.
question, and that's, he has different content on those platforms, but like I found that I'm seeing his Facebook content under Instagram and Substack,
Mhm.
the same exact post.
He also has a full staff doing that for him. It's not him
Right.
actually doing that.
A team of 27, right? Like,
Yeah, but he
And
also
we're not-
said he was gonna take it down to 6 because of AI.
Because of
But
the
that's
AI
still
is gonna
like
change
one
it.
person per platform, like that makes it a lot easier to post every day, because he's taking, like they talk about in YouTube, they're taking one video and making it into 10 different ones, and they're sharing, because what he's sharing is portions of
The
talks he's
shorts.
given,
We
Yeah,
talked about
So
that
it's
yesterday. You can
not
break
brand new
up
videos
into
for each
shorts.
platform.
What was that video? There's a video editing app that you can buy that can take your long form YouTube and it will cut,
is it CapCut?
Is that CapCut?
cut.
Yeah, I've got that.
Paying for that, and then you just sit it in there and it AI automatically does it.
Opus Clip is the other one.
Opus
That's
Clip,
it.
yeah.
Opus Clip is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we using Tara's name still for like paperwork?
Yeah, she's still,
And that it's a KW7H broker?
Yeah.
At
Gmail.
Gmail?
Yep.
I just want to make sure I had the right stuff.
Yep.
What'd you do wrong now?
All right, okay, so now we're on page 9. How to build a keyword list. So number 1, start by making a list of keywords and phrases related to your business. Think about neighborhoods, landmarks, causes, culture, communities, and more. If you're struggling, ask your LLM, which is your large language model. So we need to start working on our keywords for your business. Then we need to, after we have a list of all of our words, we're going to categorize them into broad, mid-level, and specific. So your broad keywords are going to describe who you are. They're big and they're future focused, like top Miami realtor or real estate agent, Polk County. These keywords are staples that appear on almost everything you print and publish. So we're building a list of all our keywords and we're going to categorize them. And then those keywords are going to have to show up. So you're broad. So if you're top Cincinnati realtor or top Cincinnati real estate team, you need to make sure that's broad enough. That broad keyword better be on every single thing that you have. So that's on your Facebook, that's on your Instagram, that's going to be in your bio in your Google business page, that's going to be on your bio on your website. Those broad keywords are on everything. Then when you look at your keywords, we look at the mid-level words. Keywords. So general terms such in educational topics like cost of living in Miami versus Fort Lauderdale. So those keywords come from if you're doing specific, if you're working with lenders and you're focusing on, or maybe, so Adrienne Henson's one of our agents and she does a lot with long-term care, elderly care, and just kind of working with clients who are transitioning from either a larger home and downsizing or even going into assisted living. And so she could use those keywords. The broad words would be, you know, the elderly care. And again, I'm not the best with the terminology, but you can use your Gemini to help with the technical words. But the mid-level keywords would be then how she's maybe helping strategize, like specifically, or maybe there's a blog, or maybe there's partnerships that she has. Those are going to be kind of the mid-level keywords in her specific business. And then you go down to specific keywords, and that's going to be the communities that she's directly helping. And so in this example, it's specific keywords or phrases your clients would actually be searching, like homes for sale near Pinecrest Elementary School, or best condos, real estate, Brickell. But like in her case, it's going to be best realtor that helps elderly parents transition from their selling their home into assisted living. So that's more of the specific. So you have to look at your business today and come up with a list of these keywords, and you need to categorize them in these 3 areas. And so now it breaks down, if you go down under what we just talked about, it looks at the different focus and goals. So your specific, we're going to go talk about specific. Goal is immediate leads and conversion. So these are your hyper-specific, high internet phrases you can dominate quickly. So the example, the homes for sale near the elementary school. Your mid-level keywords are going to, these cover broader educational topics that you can build content pillars around. So if you focus on first-time home buyers, those would be your mid-level keywords. Home buyer seminars, or building the knowledge. And then your broad is going to be, these are aspirational and highly competitive, but they guide your general optimization. That's your top Miami realtor. So this is saying the quantity, focus 3 to 5 at a time for your specific, 10 to 5, 15 for your mid-level, and then 5 to 10 for your broad. All right. Eliminate generic words. Okay. Eliminate homes for sale. Only very large businesses can rank for terms like this because they have the budget to back up these keywords with paid ads. So what's another example of a generic word in real estate?
Just sold.
Just sold. Yeah. What else? Give me some more generic words.
Open.
Well, but it has to be a little bit more specific, right?
Just using buyers or sellers, not being specific. Like you have to take it a step further. It can't just be any buyer or any seller. That
Right.
target a certain one or certain type.
Yeah.
Like you say, first time, I prefer second time buyers.
Yeah.
Like I much rather work with someone that's reselling, because then it's 2 sales for me, plus they tend to be a little bit more savvy and more fun with it.
Well, and they
Higher
talked
price.
about it at Social Media Con, and I forget who it was. This might be Gary Vee too, but he talked about your content needs to be solving the problem. It can't just be, you know, buy or sell with me, I'm a realtor. Obviously, that's too generic. But what is the problem that you're going to help them solve? So what would be an example? What's a problem that you're solving for your clients right now?
Finding them a house that fits what they currently do versus what they were doing 10 years ago when they bought their current house.
Yep. Fit the lifestyle.
That's what it says on my business card.
Buying up or buying down.
Mhm.
As in expanding family, expanding bigger house, or downsizing,
Right sizing.
right sizing.
Right sizing. Love it. Right sizing. Yeah. You know, I'm helping home buyers beat the 40-year first-time home buyer stigma. Let's decrease that number. I mean, there's catchy. So those are the phrases that you need to use and get away from using generic keywords. So your homework, so part of this class, this is kind of workshop style. We're not going to break into it because this is too much content to fit in an hour and a half. But your homework is to go through and build your keyword list for your business. If you have trouble finding those keywords, ask Gemini or ChatGPT. Go deeper. Look at your clients that you've sold homes to in the last 12 months. Did they fit a specific demographic of, are they working with, are you downsizing? Are you working with, or mostly buyers? Are you working with more luxury listings? Are you looking at, a certain part of, are you farming a certain area? So just kind of realize, in your business, those keywords are going to come out. Okay. And so then after you come up with your list, it's telling you to circle your top 15 to 20 keywords to build a content strategy around. Aim to master 2 to 4 specific keywords at a time. Mastering keyword phrase online is called topical authority. All right. The topical authority. Establishing topical authority is where you get really focused on the mid-level and specific keywords that drive the most traffic to your website. Oftentimes, this is your niche or specific community you foster. Topical authority means you're providing the trusted source on a subject over and over again. So if you're working with first-time home buyers and you're finding a lot of success with that, use that as your topical authority. Okay. There's an activity on this page on the topical authority where you can drop it into your AI and have it work for you, but we are not going to do that at this time. The big idea though from this page is we're going to be becoming searchable starts with keywords. The words and phrases that define your business online. Use them naturally across your website, social media, and content to build topical authority showing both robots and humans that you're the trusted expert in your city. Prove you're the go-to source over time by creating consistent, high-quality content on a few focused keywords a year. So again, this isn't something you're just going to be able to do today and fix all your problems. So you come up with your keywords, and then we need to master 3 or 4 of those at a time.
I don't know if you can answer this here or not. What about, they talk about, again, this is the old style of thinking, is post stuff like your hobbies, lifestyle, 70%, and then, or 80%, and then 20 or 30% business. Is that being thrown out the door, thrown out the window with this new style? Or
So
where
But
the lifestyle
it's
overtakes
tying- it's tying in your hobbies and lifestyle into your real estate. So like if you have a hobby of playing golf, how could you tie that into
that's,
your real estate?
I don't know.
Right, okay, so yeah, so if you are an avid golfer, there are communities that butt up to golf courses. Is that the lifestyle that some of your buyers or your sellers are interested in, or do you have that market? So how, so if you have a listing that's close to a golf course, you tie in your personal lifestyle into how you can also sell that home. And so keywords like golfing pop up on your social posts, pop up in your biography, pop up here, and then I have this listing that's next to a golf course. How do you think that's going to fit in with the algorithm? Yeah, at a high level. So you have to take those hobbies where it's because I think that the old, like, how much of social media do you see of agents and it's just like, look at me, I'm in front of this house I just sold, buy or sell with me. It's very plain. And it doesn't really answer a question of how are you going to help the consumer?
And that's the whole point. Is the
The
deeper
30.
part is this house is in Mason or in Westchester near Four Bridges, and it's near a golf community. That you need to be more specific other than I just sold this house.
Right.
You need to throw in the more
Exactly.
specific information.
And that's what those keywords are talking about, is you put those keywords in that post. You put the keywords on, if you put that listing on your website as a featured listing, you use that in the description. So those are that's what those keywords are talking about.
It's kind of like the old fashioned hashtags.
Well, and they say
Throw
the
in
hashtag.
Right, hashtag as much as possible.
But not 30 or 40 per post.
No,
Just,
Yeah.
you gotta be specific on what you're doing.
five or so, 5 or 6, I would say.
Yeah, 'cause I've got
Well-
a group I do, depending on what it is, I've got a specific group of hashtags I do on every post.
And they say that the hashtags in here you create for your business, like you better use that hashtag on everything.
Mhm. So if you've got a hashtag that you created that's unique, use it on there.
All right, so now we're going to section 3, develop the 3 trust signals. Preload trust and build authority with humans in real life by sending potential clients a series of signals about you. Just listed and sold cards, invitation to events, neighborhood newsletters, and market updates, how-to videos on social channels, and more. So now we need to, so we're building a relationship with AI, if you didn't notice. We're dating a robot. Now you need to do this for the search engine robots through 3 trust signals. We have the technical trust signal, content trust signals, and community trust signals. And we're going to go through each of these on here, okay? So we've kind of touched a little bit so far. But we're going to start with trust signal number 1, the technical. So we're on page 12. This is called the packaging. Structure content so AI can find it and humans like it. If you wish this step could be the last one, you might be able to ignore it. You've got your creative juices flowing from the keywords. We worked on our keywords. And this is going to feel a little bit like a step backwards, but technical setup is essential for the future effectiveness of your content. We'll make it as plain as we can though, so you can get back to the fun part. So technical trust signals include things you can't actually see on the screen. It's a step that makes some people really energized and most people really bored. So just think about, all right, they give the example of when you get new technologies, you get a new Apple computer and you get really excited. And you pull out the Apple computer and there's all the things they have set up, and you take off the plastic and you have the new keyboard, you have the new screen, the new mouse, everything with the mouse is on top of it or attached to the computer. But everything that goes into packaging that one computer that you just unpacked, that's the idea of the technical trust signal, is we've got to do a lot of work to build the package. So when your website speaks, so technical trust signals are found in your website's back end and are written in the language that robots read. When your website speaks robots, search engines can read and understand it quickly and accurately, giving them the confidence to share it with humans. Humans unconsciously experience the trust signals too, through the ease, speed, and security of your website. Humans can't see the robot language, but they certainly can feel it when it's bad. So this, this is going to talk about, if you go to the next page, how you can structure your content so AI can find it. So it talks about semantic data, defining the meaning and structure of your website so robots know what industry you're in. And then the markup, writing your content pages with robot vocabulary so search engine robots and AI can read it fast. So who in here uses their KW website?
That's set up.
You have it set up. Right. So the KW setup or website is already structured to kind of fit in to this back end stuff already. So the header on the website, you have the toolbar that's consistent. You're not putting in really large, we talk about fonts later in this, you're not putting these weird fonts on the screen, like it's just clean. The page loads, it has the HTTP with the MLS or whatever, the HTTPS, which means it's a secure website. Did you guys know that?
Yes.
At the beginning of a website,
Yes.
if it says HTTP, it's not a secure website.
Right.
So the website HTTPS is a secure website. There's links in here that if you go to the digital version of here, that can take you to make sure that your website is falling in line with this stuff. Check your website load speed. If it's loading slowly, that's an issue. Link your Google business profile to your website. So you can, so this talks about your Google business profile to your website. You can link it in here. And then later on in this, which we're probably not going to get to, just know you can link your Google Analytics to your KW website so that you can actually track the traffic on your website. I think that everyone needs to do that. I have the instructions on it. I'm probably going to shoot a quick video on how you can add the Google Analytics. But when you have so many different platforms of Facebook and your website, there's not a lot of analytics that you get on the traffic on your website. So Google Analytics, you can tie that in into your business page. Okay, so the big idea is that technical trust signals are the behind the scenes hidden work that make your website fast, secure, and understandable to robots. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Oh no, coffee. Water. So cute. Where was I on here? So the markup and the semantic data to responsive designs, HTTPS, and the load speed, this backend setup makes search engines confident in surfacing your information to humans. Get these right and your content can be read, trusted, and shared without anyone noticing the tech behind it. So use these links, do an audit of your website, make sure that it's running at optimal level. So we are going to skip now to page 15 to trust signals number 2. So we just talked about number 1, which was making sure the back end stuff is working right so you can show up. Now we're going to look at the on page. So we need to write content so AI and humans can read it. On page trust signals include things you do see on the screen. This is robot talk and human talk. How big a title is, what a quote and table looks like. It's the basic coding in your web page editor that robots read and the visual presentation on your web page that humans see and read. So think of it as your content fuel. So they give an example here. It says, how weird would it be if every time you met with your financial advisor, he told you he had a different phone number and email? Every time you met with him. Oh, wait, call me on my new number. Oh, wait, this is my new email. How much would you trust his advice if you pulled out an interest rate chart from 2005? What if you wrote his emails in all uppercase letters without any spaces or punctuation marks? The answer is it'd be really weird and we wouldn't take his advice. So on-page trust signals are the ones AI watches the most. It's a signal you will send as often as you can, weekly at least, in blog posts, new landing pages, social posts. So, so we need a design. We're going to go down to how to design for human readers. So on the website here, they give an example at the very bottom. It says when you build your menu, you build a smart menu. You don't want to have more than 7 main pages on your menu. So at the very top here, Keller Inc., or if you go to your personal website, you're going to see, I think, about 4 or 5 menu options. Your page titles should be 1 to 2 word titles. And you think about broad keywords and short-term phrases. So where you have the menu key, you're not going to put just one word, keywords, right? You're not putting descriptions up there. And it says don't waste your space with a home page. Use your logo as the home button instead. That was interesting. All right. Now we're on number 2, start a blog or news page. Make sure it's easy enough for someone on your team to access for daily or weekly article submission. So who has a blog on their page?
I do. We've got it, I've just never used it.
Well, so KW,
It's already.
you can, so on the KW websites, you can do what's called dynamic, and dynamic will automatically update blogs from KW as they put them out. So you can select which blogs that you want. They have the buyer, first time buyer. I think you can do like a seller one, but those update from KW if you do it as a dynamic.
I'm on my website. It's got your first time home buyer's guide.
Yep.
Part 1, part 2, 3, and 4.
Yep. So if you can do dynamic and you can do customize yourself.
Okay.
So think about those dynamic ones will update automatically, but then you need to have your own customized blog post that you're updating weekly. And that can be content that you can get from one of your lender affiliates, or that can be content that you get from maybe one of the home inspectors on what they're seeing, you know, all the rain. My God, how many trees have fallen down in the last couple of weeks just with the rain and the wind that we had. So that's, you know, an idea. The key is consistency, not length. So writing short articles and updates is what keeps you publishing regularly. So what AI is seeing on that is that you're active. So think about in your calendar, I'm going to do a blog. Now start scalable. I'm not saying that you need to walk out of here today and start doing a weekly blog post. If you're not doing a blog post at all, doing it once a month is more than what you've been doing, and then build up to it once you get into a habit. Yeah.
Are these all, like, I have my own website. I mean, I have the Keller Williams one too, but I have kendallsouls.com.
Yeah.
All these rules would apply to that, to a personal website too. These rules aren't just for the Keller Williams website.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just in general. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, and I think, I'm not sure if you saw this, but you get a digital version of this on KW Connect.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
page 13,
Okay.
there's links where you can drop your website in there and grade it and see.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
So that's starting, we're doing the blogs and the news page. Quality advice and client success stories count as a blog post. So if you just sold a house and they wrote you a great review, or they wanted to share a testimonial, that itself could be the content for your blog. All right, so we talked about blogs. Now we have landing pages, location-based landing pages. These don't typically go in on your main menu, but make sure they link to at least 2 other pages in your website. Landing pages should be high converting pages, include a clear call to action. So they give an example here from a KW page that's trying to generate leads for real estate career. And it has the location of the office, and the call to action is putting in your information. Landing pages could be for a new listing that you have. A landing page could be for maybe you're doing quarterly home buyer seminars, and do you want more information, or do you want to sign up for our home buyer seminar? Okay, so we talked about the menu, we talked about the blogs, we talked about landing pages. Now we need to stay on top of the NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number. I feel like this is a whole section in itself, is NAP. This is creating a source of truth document with every digital property where you and your business appear. This includes your website you own, your business profiles, your social pages, your review sites, your directories, and industry directories. So you know how many people have the office phone number as their primary phone number in the MLS?
How many people don't have a phone number?
You know how many people don't have a phone number? I can actually pull our roster from the MLS. I do this kind of quarterly. I sort it in CSV and see who has our primary phone number as the office phone number.
Or doesn't have a picture, or, yeah, it's a mess.
Or has an outdated email address, or isn't using their business address or business email in the MLS. They're using their, you know, high school Gmail account. Okay.
And then when you email them, then they're like, I don't use that one.
Right. Oh, or I don't, or that's my Google number and I don't answer that.
Right.
Okay. So now, so go through every single possible place. You also have to go to the places that you don't update. So like you go to homes.com, you better make sure that your profile is updated with homes.com. You go to realtor.com, make sure your realtor.com profile is updated, because they pull that information once, and I don't know how that syndication works. You just need to make sure that your name, that's why I thought, like, this section should be in a class in itself. Now, name, address, phone number, better be updated on everything possible for your listing and consistent. Verify that your one NAP is accurate and consistent across every website. Make an annual habit to go through this list and update needs stain. So this, what they're saying, you should probably create a Google Sheet and list and hyperlink every single place that you show up. So have a hyperlink to your homes.com profile. Have a hyperlink to your realtor.com profile. And just build it, and then you need to do an audit annually to make sure that that information is accurate. Number 4, if you're on a team or running a large business, the login emails for your hosting, analytics, and website shouldn't be your personal or work email. Make sure that it's the business. Future-proof your credentials by using an email address with staying power, like info@mybusiness. So James, for Chabris Group, when you're promoting the Chabris Group's algorithm, I guarantee that James has all of those websites with the, I don't know, what's your, you have an admin at AskTCG or an info at AskTCG email?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna have that set up on all those different pages. And then it says for security purposes though, make your passwords different for each login profile. Don't want to get hacked. Okay, so now, so that is your homework. So we've had 2 pieces of homework so far. One is we're going to work on our keywords, categorizing them. And 2 is we're going to go through all where we're present and make sure that our NAP is updated. Name, address, and phone number. And I would highly suggest creating a Google Sheet with which platform it is and a hyperlink directly to your listing so that you can easily do audits annually. Okay? All right, how to format for AI. We're still on page in trust signal number 2. How to format for AI, we're page 17. This whole page is suggesting that there's 2 ways that you can edit. Don't want to edit, if you drop down, so you have your headers. If we're doing a landing page, you have your header for the landing page. We have our 123 Main Street open house. That's one line header. It's only presented one time. And then you have sections is your second header. So property details, neighborhood information, and then your third header is FAQs. When you're building the format for your landing page, it's suggesting to be careful that you're not just going in and manually increasing the font size. I had to read through this multiple times to kind of understand it. It's saying to make sure that you're using the header tags in command. So this is the command website, that you're using their header tags on how you can optimize the sizes. So you don't go in and manually update the size, you use the header tags. I didn't quite understand this too much.
Depends on what section of the
website.
the site the thing you're doing, the link you're doing, and there's 3 different sizes. And is it saying that it wants to just use the automatic?
Yeah, it's pretty much saying using the automatic, okay. And then it's consistent. So like if you have, obviously you have the header number 1, which is 123 Main Street open house. And then your header 2, like the property details, neighborhood info, it's saying that you need to be consistent, that header 2s are the same font, size, style, and everything to show up on the page. And it says to use this is this guest area. It's giving a screenshot of the command website.
Correct.
So I'm not going to go too much into this because I kind of, it's a little too much in depth. I think if you overthink this part.
What it also comes down to is don't over format and don't
exactly.
Right.
It's like any document you look at, when it's over formatted, over changed, it just doesn't look right.
Right.
Stick to the headers that they want to be consistent with.
Exactly. Don't try to get too fancy.
Correct.
Yeah. Too many little icons and too many little pictures.
Gosh,
that actually.
Right.
Yeah.
throws it off quite a bit.
And then it says, what I appreciate on this page is number 2 is that content should only be 2 to 3 sentences per paragraph.
Yeah.
So if your bio is one huge paragraph, you may want to look at breaking that down into 3 sentences in multiple paragraphs. It says organize with numbered lists and bullets only when it's natural. And then create tables instead of screenshots. So you're going to find AI doesn't read images the same way that we do. So instead of doing a screenshot image on a website, it's to create a table with the content because it reads the content easier than a screenshot that you picked off from a call that you were on, right? So create the tab. So it's got do's and don'ts on the bottom of this page. It keeps going in format. Facts, paragraph style. We talked about the paragraph style. Use styles like article section to chunk contacts for AI models. So again, just use AI to kind of design the content style. I'm just going to keep going. So we've got consistent labels. We talked about that. Add reviews. So you want to tie in your website builder, you need to add your reviews and client testimonials. So if you get a review on Google, what do you do with that? So if you've got a Google review, what do you do with that?
You share it everywhere.
We're trying to share it as much as possible.
Right? Do you then put it on your website too?
Will.
Yeah, I will.
No, I'll figure it out. Okay.
Should.
Yeah, you should, because if you have reviews and client testimonials on your website, and then they can also see that in Google, they're showing that kind of consistency. Write, record, and publish client success stories. Just as you embed reviews, you can also embed YouTube videos and social reels. So if you have a client testimonial and they send you a video or you record a video of them, what they're suggesting is you take that video and put it into your YouTube channel and then link that in your website, because that almost verifies through clicking on your website to YouTube, takes them to the YouTube channel, that like instead of just having the video from your MP4 on your website. So it's saying create videos, shorts, reels, and use it from YouTube and link it into your website, share it through Facebook, all that. Upgrade your content with multimedia, images, videos, name files. So when you upload your content, before you upload it, name it. So if it's a file, name the file, descriptive in the file name. Name files are descriptive names before uploading to your website builder. So when you upload a file to YouTube, make sure that you're naming it properly. You just don't want it to be the number.mp4 player.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street.
Yeah.
Open house.
Exactly. Embed videos. Don't try to upload, or I just talked about this. Don't try to upload them directly to your website. Upload all your videos to video hosting services like YouTube, then embed the video into your website. So add captions, add video object to your embeds on your website, include links to transcripts under the videos of your website. So creating transcripts and adding those into YouTube is huge.
So put it in, get it on YouTube,
Yes.
and then take that link and then put it on the website.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then it gives tips here at the very bottom. If you have issues with the size of your video, there's tools like Tiny PNG that will fix the size of it, resize it for you without losing the quality of the video. Okay. All right. And then always include meta titles and descriptions on your pages. So on Google, meta titles and descriptions. So you get to see the example from the realtor.com here. The meta titles, how Austin's housing market became a buyer's market. And in the description, pull the details from the meta title into the description, reiterates that. Never let a page stand alone. All pages should be attached to a cluster of topics. So what that means is you don't just have a landing page for your listing and it just takes you to the listing. You have the listing page, and then you have links to neighborhood guide, links to blog posts. The blog posts then have links to FAQs. So you see how it kind of ties in. So the example is called topic cluster. 123 Main Street is a listing in Frisco, linked to Frisco neighborhood. Frisco has a neighborhood guide and an FAQ, and then link to the FAQ. And it gives the following along as far as the property and listing, the guide about Frisco, the recent blog about Frisco, FAQs. It just keeps it churning. Questions on this? Does this page make sense? It's a lot. It's a lot of content. It is very overwhelming. And I'm only going to go a little bit more because it's just too much. Again, this is not an overnight thing. This is something you work on consistently in your calendar over time. You're not going to see the ROI on it until we're talking 6, 7, 8 months in a year before you get an ROI. All right, page 20 just kind of gives examples on how to kind of framework your description. So humans has the human generic it has the human aspect of the content, but you're using those keywords that they show up for AI. And then again, it brings up that any of the blogs that you do, you're naming you have the NAP in there, your real estate name, your brokerage, it has your phone number, all of that. All right, go to page 21. We talked about generative engines sometimes hallucinate, so we want to be accurate. Number 2 was personal experience. Number 3 was include biographies. Number 4 is write in person. Write in person when it makes sense that AI knows you have personal experience. Write in first person, sorry.
Use I.
Use I. Don't make sensational claims like happiness guaranteed or best agent in the world. Please take that out. If you can't prove it, don't write it down.
But it's true.
Yes, Tom, it is true. Write like you're explaining a concept to a friend. Perhaps even as you speak it, this will prepare your website for voice prompt and response in the future. Update content annually. We talked about doing an annual audit. Time and location stamps important, like month, city, or year. So it talked about the other playbook, and they talk about it briefly in here. When you're doing a video, you're on location. You write in the description in location. So if you're promoting a house in Deer Park, you make sure that you're in your biography that you service Deer Park. Then you're shooting a video where you're actually in Deer Park. Make sure you're putting the time, the month, and the year, because then AI picks on the fact that you're active. Okay, so your location, be in the location, tag the location, make sure the time and location stamp is important because AI needs to see that you are active. Okay, and then it says when in doubt, use Google's EAT model. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Experience, show your hands-on local knowledge, past sales, neighborhoods, and the client stories. Your expertise, demonstrate skills and knowledge, market insight, pricing trends, and listing strategies. The A, be recognized by others, reviews, testimonials, awards, and local partnerships. T, provide transparent, accurate information, verified listings, honest descriptions, correct contact. You almost want to print this and put it somewhere so you can reference it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what were you saying?
It's a great reference, and it gives you some variety of content too. You don't want to be stuck just talking about open houses or new listings in an area. I mean, you've really got to move around in what you're talking about in order to keep the interest of people.
Yeah.
And robots.
And it has absolutely nothing in here about you. Except for you're the real estate expert. Nobody wants to, nobody wants to know about like your just solds, but they want to know that you sold properties in this neighborhood and that you know the market information for that neighborhood. And you know that you're a trustworthy agent, that you have verified listings, you take videos in that market, you're recognized, you have reviews of people who've given you, bought and sold with in that market. So it's not just, I sold a house on 123 Main Street, buy with me. So this framework here, the EEAT, how would you say that? Google's EAT content model. Okay. I would print this, have it posted, so when you're looking at your content, you're following that model. The big idea, on-page trust signals are what humans see and the AI reads. Your menus, headings, paragraphs, images, videos, and reviews all send signals of trust and value. Use consistent formatting, meta titles, different media types, and timestamp to make content easy to scan, understand, and trust. Present and publish accurate info with your personal insight in a well-structured website, and both robots and humans will treat your content like the reliable source it is. All right. I cannot believe it's almost 12 o'clock.
There's one head-on video that I really stuck with me from Social Media Con. When Gary was talking about when you're making a video, you should be talking to a particular person.
Yeah.
Makes it more direct, more natural sounding than when you're just trying to talk to everybody.
Yes.
So I thought that one hit me when I heard that, because I think it does make it easier when you're even looking at doing content. Like, who are you talking to?
Yeah. Well, they said like don't use like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's your favorite realtor. You got to
I
be
know an
direct.
agent that does that, and it drives me nuts.
Well, you should have your targeted client avatar who you're always talking to.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's even like having a specific person, like you think about a buyer that you're working with and you're doing a buyer content, if you think about talking to that buyer directly, it just makes it sound more natural.
absolutely.
So I thought that was a great hack. I just want to make sure I shared that because I was a big part of, like, I hate video for many reasons, but that's one.
Right. And you come, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, is in that video, you're talking to a specific avatar, the person that you want to buy or sell with, and you're coming with knowledge around the problem that you are going to solve for them.
I even think too, like if you're doing, it's like if you have it on your social media or your YouTube or something, you should have one intro video of who you are, what you should do, and pinned at the top. And then like I skip videos where they like, don't buy these 5 houses. Hey, I'm Kendall Stolz and I will skip it. Like as soon as they go into, hi, I'm Kendall Stolz and I do blah, blah, blah for you, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Those 4 seconds of your intro, I already know, I'm already on your page, I'm already watching your stuff. I don't need to be told every single time who you are, even if I've never seen your stuff before. If I'm interested in what you had to say, I'll look at your pinned intro video.
Well, they say you have 1.7 seconds to capture
Yep, just get the
Before they-
information out.
before they scroll to the next one.
So don't say, hey, I'm waiting here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 1.7 seconds.
I'm gone, I've
Yeah.
left you already.
I'm already on
Because
the
my
next.
attention
dog
span
video.
is so,
Alright.
like if you're interesting enough for me, then I will stop, I will watch your whole video, and then I'll go to your page and deep dive on your stuff. And I think that's what a lot of consumers are doing now. Look.
All right, so I'm gonna get on, I've got a couple more pages.
Got it.
Off page, we are on page 23. Link content so AI can follow it and humans trust it. So we talked about linking our YouTube page into our website of the video. They give an example here. It goes another step further. Think of it a validation track. So your best friend needs a plumber for her house. When she was at the coffee shop in the morning, she saw a flyer for a plumber on the community bulletin board. She didn't recognize the plumber's business, but she took the name and phone number down anyway. Then she also texted you for a recommendation. She got quotes from the bulletin board plumber and the plumber you recommended. Both have the exact same presentation, repair timeline, and quoted price. Which plumber will your friend use? Hire the one that you presented. So off-page trust signals involve creating high-quality backlines, brand mentions, reviews, partnerships, social sharing, and on other websites. So you're connecting with your affiliate, your allied partners, your plumbers, your roofers. So so highly quality link between trusted authoritative websites is to robots as a recommendation between best friends is to humans. So all search engine robots are looking at what the rest of the internet says about you, but traditional rank search engines only trace links between websites. Generative AI engines trace links between websites and social media sites and reviews. So we've got to link everything together. It goes further on this on the next page. That was just the intro on here, okay? So here talking about backlinks. Backlinks or backlinks are links from other people's websites to your website. So they give example, write a blog for a local publication or a vendor's website to get a link in your bio back to your website. Co-author guides with a link back to your website. Co-authored original studies with a link back to your website. Local sponsorships to school events, charity runs, link back to your website. Submit press releases. Not going to do that, but submit press release or offer expert advice or quotes to local journalists. Peter does that. I think he's on the news at least once or twice a year. Link in the bio. Send that back to your website. Are you leveraging your business operations with large companies? Think lead gen, marketing. Offer to write the company a testimonial to showcase on their website for a link back to your website. So these are the backlinks. Boost professional reviews. Google, Facebook, Realtor.com. Any reviews that you're getting, you can boost those. Always, okay, I found this. Always respond to reviews, good or bad. Always respond to reviews, good or bad, within 24 hours, but as fast as you can. Certain robots see that you're active, professional, forgivable, and reliable. Here's something else. Beware, if your review platform receives too many reviews at one time, like from an event or an incentive you're offering, the platform may delete them or mark them as fake. So be careful with that. I know I just got a request the other day to put a review on an agent's page. They're building their Google profile. Probably need to go back and stagger those a little bit. You can't just do a big full in. And then it gives a tip, which we kind of talked about, HomeLight, Angie.com, BiggerPockets.com, Fast Expert. Make sure your profile is updated on those sites. All right, and then encourage and leverage social media. We are on page 25. Social media profiles must be public in order for AI to read and quote them. Don't forget your NAP, name. Who's NAP again? Oh my gosh.
Name, address, phone.
Yes, thank you. Name, I was like, A like messed me up there for a minute. NAP, name, address, phone number. Verify your social sites have the same colors. Ooh, branding. Keep everything consistent. Use trending topics only when you can tie them back to your business or call to action. Engagement metrics like shares, comments, and watch time could be trust signals AI uses to rank content relevance. When people comment on your social media posts, you need to respond. AI may pull content from more often from profiles and pages with regular, consistent posts. So this gets back to, are we posting on social media consistently? Not just we're going to do it for 1 week and then I don't touch it again for another month. This inconsistencies AI picks up on. Keywords only when it's natural. Titles, hashtags, post content. Remember that each platform has its own generative content and discovery algorithms that are innovating. So If you see an opportunity to respond in community posts, post about real estate, do it, but don't make it spam by adding a call to action immediately. So when they are in those Facebook pages and you see people, oh, I'm looking for a realtor, like the moms groups, call me, call me, call me, call me. That doesn't help. What helps is you have your raving fans, the people, your A+ leads, your sphere of influence. If they tag you, that goes further than you just posting, call me at this number.
Right.
Give them a little bit of value, and then they're going to reach out to you. Off-page trust signals are all about digital word of mouth, backlines, reviews, brand mentions, partnerships, and social activity. Show both AI and humans that your business is trusted and active. Leverage your sphere, publish editorial content, respond to reviews, and keep social profiles consistent. Robots and people alike reward credibility that's visible across the web. All right, measure effectiveness. The real magic of the digital, we're on page 27. The real magic of the digital world is your ability to track progress and adjust accordingly. So this is what we were talking about earlier. You can add your Google Analytics to your website, your KW website. I'm going to shoot a video and show how you can do that. If you don't use your KW website, you should be able to do it through there as well.
Yep.
Google Analytics are important. We don't really see our ROI from managing our website as much as we want to. So using the Google Analytics helps. You want to make sure that you have organic traffic, the number of visitors who found your site through the search engine without a paid ad. This is where you need to Google yourself 5 times a day. Have your mom Google you 5 times a day. Have your brother, have your sister, have your raving fans. If you are Googling yourself, that's organic traffic. Kind of organic. You're telling them to do it, but it's organic.
You should pay attention how many pages you are deep.
Yeah.
Like how many pages can you scroll through?
Where your pages appear in search results for specific questions or keywords. So if you're Googling yourself, add some of your favorite keywords when you Google yourself. That's going to help you show up. That's on the SEO side. And then measure the 3 key metrics from GEO. Citation tracking, when and where your brand is mentioned in AI generated content. Your LLM referral traffic will appear under something like source ChatGPT. So understanding how that the citation tracking, is that from someone Googling you through ChatGPT versus Gemini versus actually going to Google? So make sure that you're helping your AI show up, Google yourself, or use that as a search engine too through AI. You can ask AI, how am I showing up? Where can I, use the AI to help you? You can copy and paste these metrics and ask AI, am I showing up this way? How can I help it? Ask the questions. If you don't like the answer, challenge AI. Okay. All right, that's measuring your effectiveness. If you go to the next page, it's going to talk about the 3 more key metrics for both. This is just engagement rate, bounce rate, conversion rate. Got to look at what, the bounce rate, the percentage of sessions where users were not engaged. A high bounce rate may mean your page is in fact useful, clear, or engaging. So when you look at your Google Analytics, if they're just getting to your page from Google, or they're getting to your page through ChatGPT, but they're not going any further, if they're not engaging in the content on your page, if they're not clicking links, like who here has actually looked at Google Analytics and dove into it? I mean, they tell you how many people clicked on the about you. They'll show you how, like all of your different headers, they'll give you that data. If you're not getting engagement on your website, that's what they're calling as a bounce rate. They're not seeing that your information on your website is useful, it's fast, or it's clear.
where do you do, I've done it before, but I haven't done it in a long time, and not with this website. Why do you do that?
Your Google Analytics.
Yeah,
So I can show you on your KW website how you can tie the Google Analytics. It emails you monthly, and then you can go into it and look at, like, you can look at the average time someone spends on your page.
okay.
I'll show you, I'm gonna shoot a video on how to do it in our KW site, but who's your web host for your Kindle?
Do you mean the site? It's done through Show It.
But like, who owns, or like, GoDaddy or any of that kind of?
Oh, GoDaddy
Okay.
Yeah.
So you should be able to go in there
to GoDaddy
and
see it.
tie in your Google Analytics,
Oh, okay.
because there's like a link. So I'll shoot the video
Okay.
for the KW site,
And I can do the same.
and then, because it's a unique link that you copy from
I'll just
your,
ask the woman who I paid to do it.
and I asked the woman that you paid to do it.
It's a lot beyond me.
Yep. So this whole step that we just went over is just talking about tracking what actually works. Monitoring your SEO traffic and keyword rankings, and keep tabs on GEO metrics like citation, sentiment, competitive visibility. Engagement, bounce, and conversion rates show whether your content earns attention, and AI attribution tools will help you see when and where robots are sending leads your way. All right. And then section 5, the last section up here, stay informed. The goal of this playbook is to get you flexing your right muscles, keeping you strong and agile on the upcoming evolution of how people ingest content and how AI surface content. Here's the thing, this is ever evolving. AI is ever evolving. It is important for you to stay on top of new updates, so it gives you ideas on blogs that you can follow, updates for AI. But one key tip on this page that they give you is don't immediately implement a new change. Let it sit first when they announce a new change coming to AI. Let it sit first, make sure that it's staying ahead of the game without overreacting. Skim updates monthly, let major changes settle before adjusting, and keep focusing on the fundamentals. So we have the fundamentals that are in here. When you see something new and shiny that AI is changing, it says to make sure that you're just let the changes settle before adjusting, because there's always bugs and new stuff. And if we go here to the last page 30, and I appreciate you guys, I know this is a lot of content, it's a lot of things. The future of our industry and lead generation is with AI. If we're not going to keep AI top of mind and evolve with all the changes, we're going to become obsolete. So AI is not going to replace the real estate agent, but real estate agents are going to use AI to replace themselves. So we have to make sure that we are using the systems and understanding the back end of how we can become searchable, and create content that informs, guides, and reassures people that when they're making some of the biggest decisions of their lives, your content will help people find homes, investors make smart choices, and communities bond together over common topics, worries, and wins. And the robots, they'll follow you if you do it right. And the humans, they'll trust you before you even call for help. So it's consistent. I know that we all have our lead generation blocks. You need to, in your calendar, set aside time that you're doing yearly audits, and that we're going through and you're making sure that everything across all the platforms is consistent, and that we're using the right keywords. Ask AI, leverage AI to find those keywords for your business. Talk with it. I want to show just a couple other resources before we get out of here. So in Command, I'm going to share in Command.
James, smile, James.
James.
James in Command.
James in Command.
That's the face James makes when he looks at Command.
Okay, in Command here, if you go to Connect, okay, and you type in this playbook, the AI playbook, you're going to have the first one. Oh. Right? AI playbook, we just went over the SEO, GEO. They also have the AI playbook with large language models. There are prompts in this playbook that you can use and play around with. The other thing is that I wanted you guys to make sure that you are staying up with the MRA podcast. YouTube MRA podcast.
You don't follow it. I don't know why not. It has some great things on
It is.
I've
oh my
caught up
gosh.
with every episode. I have not watched the Gary Vee one yet. My
It's
husband
good.
wants to watch it with me.
It's funny,
so-
they edited it, so there's a lot of,
Well,
they,
I was gonna actually keep track and see how many cuss words he threw out there.
yeah, well, you can still count.
Count the bleeps.
Yeah, they don't believe, they just make it quiet, because it's a lot. The MREA podcast, if you guys haven't watched the Jeff Woods presentation, please do.
Oh, that was good.
I watched it probably 2 or 3 times. I know James just watched it. But this talks about what we talked about in team meeting yesterday with Crit, and how you can start having conversations with AI.
Teach how to mute your computer.
I'm working on it.
We're all technically stunted somehow.
So the CRIT acronym, I want to- context. It's context, role, interview, and task. So AI needs to learn more about you. And when you are working on this project, for instance, describe the problem you're having, okay? So the context, the problem I'm having is I need to work on my SEO and GEO for AI, for your websites, for your business, right? And how I show up there. Obviously saying more vivid detail, more is better. Look at your role, okay? Well, I'm a real estate agent in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've sold X amount of properties in my lifetime in the last 12, get descriptive of everything in there. Interview. So interview me, ask me one question at a time, up to 3 questions to gain deeper context. So you want AI to interview you so that you can get to the best problem. Because AI can also search your inconsistencies of your SEO. Ask it to look, ask AI to look for you. How are you showing up? And then give it tasks, obviously. Make sure that they look for, So you can use this CRIT in context for what you're working on right now. And the relationship with AI. But yeah, so MREA podcast, make sure that you watch the Jeff Woods. And then they also have shorts tied in. So the CRIT short that I showed yesterday is in here as well. So latest unwatched, this is because I joined it, but yeah, there's some really good stuff. If you're looking for one on social media, the Amy Adams, Amy Adams? No, not this one. It's not Amy Adams. What is? Rachel Adams. This one's really good too. The social media platform, Rachel Adams. I watched her presentation, but you can see here the different videos. They have the little shorts.
And if you sign up too, they send you the notes from each one, so you
Yep.
got a quick reference back to it, which is really nice.
And then what I also
having
like
those.
in here, how they set up their YouTubes.
Whether you're in the real estate business or not.
So 56 minutes.
If you go down into the content, you can look, I really enjoyed this. So you can do this for your videos, and AI can do this for you, is the minute point of what you're actually talking about in your.
I did not really know something. That is, well, if you just go back to look at a specific thing, you don't wanna have to
Yeah,
listen to the whole video to find one thing that they talked about.
Yeah, so if you
That's
have
really
an
cool.
hour long, video and you're cutting it up, James mentioned that video editor earlier, you can cut it up, but you can add in the description here the different little points, because it's, look, they probably dropped this in here, created different shorts on every single one of these. Okay. And this video, which is on the MREA podcast, you guarantee that, look, you have links to Rachel Adams' social feeds. That's a way that we were talking about the backlinks. All right,
Jennifer, how do you sign up to get the emails?
you go to note.
MREAnotes.com.
Yep.
They say it so much in the
Yeah,
podcast, I just stuck in
What
my
was it
head.
again?
MREAnotes.com.
MREAnotes.com. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We will continue these conversations and we will be talking about AI a lot more. And I appreciate you letting me learn with you.
Thank you, Lindsay. This was
Awesome.
nice.
Thank you guys online.